This is Math 142, practice test 2. I'm going to do problems 13 and 14 together because they both use the same beginning information. And what I know is sine of u is 3/5, and it's in quadrant 2. Cosine of v is negative 7/25. It's also in quadrant 2. So if I think about sine of u, it's in quadrant 2. Sine's height, 3 and 5. So now I can use Pythagorean theorem to figure out my x value. So I can get cosine of u, and I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem, 5 squared minus 3 squared. It's 4. But I have to pay attention to my direction. The magnitude's 4, but notice it's going to the left, so it's negative 4. So if sine u is 3/5, I know that cosine of u, and it's in quadrant 2, is negative 4/5. I can do some similar argument for cosine of v. Again, I know that it's in quadrant 2. That's given. Cosine's about width, so it's negative 7 over 25. And again, I can use Pythagorean theorem and go square root 25 squared minus 7 squared. It's a negative 7, but it'll come out to 49, like subtracting 49. If I do all that, it's going to end up being a 24. So that means that my height is 24. So that tells me about the sine of v. Sine of v is 24/25. All right. So now I know sine of u, cosine of u, right here. I know sine of v, cosine of v right here. So I have all I need in order to do these expansions. So sine of u plus v, I could look it up. I could know it. It's sine of the first one, cosine of the second one, same operator. Cosine of the first one, sine of the second one. Let me plug in those values. Sine of u was 3/5. Cosine of v is negative 7/25 plus cosine of u is negative 4/5. Sine of v is 24/25. So going on with that one, this multiplies to negative 21 over 125. Negative times positive, so that'll be minus. 4 times 24 is 96. Also over 125. Negative 21 minus 96 minus 117. So there's the sine of those two angles added together. Now I'm going to go to get the cosine of the angles subtracted from each other. Do this expansion. Cosine of the first one, cosine of the second one. Opposite operator. Sine of the first one, sine of the second one. Let me plug in those values. I know that cosine of u is right here, negative 4/5. Cosine of v, negative 7/25. Plus sine of the first one, sine of u is 3/5. Sine of v is 24/25. So let me do a little bit of arithmetic. Negative 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. That's upon 125. Plus 672. Yeah, 72 1/25. Oh, that's positive. Negative times the negative is positive. So I add those together, 90, 100. 100 over 125. That's good. Those are both divisible by 25. So that would be 4/5.